Christopher Walken story. The tail.
The first time I met Christopher Walken on the set of Suicide Kings, I go to say hi to him, and the first thing, as I'm walking up to him, the first thing he says to me is, I can see you coming.
Holy shit.
I'm like, because I'm introducing myself. I'm not a Vietnamese sniper working a tree line. Like, it's how, no offense, it's how introductions work. And he goes, I had my...
Korean.
He ain't white. If I'm wrong. Anyway. And he goes, I had my Rottweiler with me.
Can you please do this podcast every day?
Yeah.
Can we just have you here all the time?
Seriously, can you be a third
So I don't have
chair?
to talk.
For real. Can you just be part of the
nap time.
Like, you know what I mean? Can you just come on the podcast all the time? All right.
Yeah.
God, you're
often. I love it.
I'm serious.
I miss you guys.
So
like
funny.
the jokes. Like, you know how good
Can you
know how
just be on
good
the...
it feels like when he does the fucking it's my first one to like actually laugh instead of the podcast like like the Ray Liotta Goodfellas laugh.
Yeah.
You really are a funny guy.
You really are. Yeah.
Wait, keep going.
So I go up to him, I go, and before I say anything, he goes, I can see you coming. And I just kind of freeze. And I had my Rottweiler with me. He goes, I can see your dog too. And I go, her name is Shirley. And he says, who cares? And I thought he cared because he brought it up, And he goes, I gotta know what happened to your dog, Shirley, Rottweiler. What happened to your dog's tail? It's gone. Where did it go? It's okay, you can tell me. And I'm just standing there like in this driveway going, where the fuck is my dog's tail? And then he gets like real close to me and he goes, it would be great to have a tail. And I'm cool, right? So I look back at him and I go, why? Why is that? And he goes, come on, if you had a tail, everyone would know. If you were angry or upset, they'd see you. They'd see you coming up the block. They'd say, get back. Look at his tail. He's crazy. And I go, well, you probably mean happy. Like, people know if you're happy. If you have a tail, you'd wag it because you're happy. And he goes, maybe you and your tail. Yeah, he just cut the ring off on me, right? And then he looked at me like it's my turn to talk.
I got nothing.
And I've never had a tail talk before. I looked down at the dog, and the dog's like, nah, not me.
Don't look at me, man.
Not me, N-word. And I go, would you rather be able to fly or have a tail? That's what I got out. And he goes, a tail, of course. I go, you'd rather have a tail than be able to fly? He goes, you could always get on an airplane with your tail. So
Best storyteller ever.
In the movie, he's duct taped to a chair, right? We kidnap him. And yeah, it's like Velcroed in the back, but if he gets up between setups, it's like you got to unzip him and this, and then he's got to come back in. You got to wrap him back up and get his hands fucking duct taped to the chair. So he just stayed between setups. So I would just hang out next to him. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Everyone's like going, playing their fucking acoustic guitars. Like, and I'm like, I'll be right here.
Yeah, so Chris Walken, Hall of Famer.
I'm sitting on an apple box right next to him. I go, what was the worst part about filming The Deer Hunter? And he goes, this. It's like,
Fuck. Where do you go with this guy?
You just canceled him. You just canceled him.
if it's true.
Right.
It was, they're such passionate expectators. That means spinning. You're down there in a pit, and the guy holding the bounce card goes, oh, we're down here. I'll be right back, Dwayne. I'll be back on planet Earth.
You know, that's a Woody Allen impersonation.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. I had to take a leak, so I go back out to go to my trailer, and one of the key grips was this Asian guy, and he's just outside having a cigarette. And as I walk past him, I see him. I go, Chris wants to talk to you. And he goes, what? I go, I don't know, man. So Christopher Walken just told me that. I was duct taped to a chair, and I send the guy to go, you wanted to talk to me? He goes, I had this scene where I'm supposed to cry, and like, okay, we're rolling. He goes, hey, Jay, what's the name of the woman who plays the nanny. I go, Fran Drescher? He goes, yeah, I would like to bang her. Action! Like,
You know what? What's his name? There's a comic whose name I forgot. On stage, he said he was doing there was a movie that Scorsese did, and they were in the movie, and he said they were kind of hanging out. It was the wrap party for the film, and Chris Walken comes in a little drunk, and he walks up to these new young
feeling
actors.
slimy.
Yep. He goes, you guys, you know what fame is? Fame is knowing you can walk into a room and fuck anyone in the ass. That's fame. And he just walked away.
What is he, the greatest guy of all time?
They were like, it's true. That's actually fucking true. Back then.
Chris, what are you doing? What are you doing after this?